Today, we're talking about a topic that makes a lot of men uncomfortable. Women only want men who don't care about them. Now relax. Before you get defensive or angry, let's explain what that actually means. What we're really addressing is this. Why does it sometimes seem like the more a man tries, the less she's interested, and the less he seems to care, the more she chases? Welcome back to the channel. If you're a man trying to understand dating, attraction, and relationships in today's world, you're in the right place. This is not about hating women. This is not about playing games. This is about understanding behavior patterns and learning how to move smarter. Here's the controversial truth. Many men believe that showing more care, more effort, more attention will automatically increase attraction. But often it does the opposite. Why? Because attraction is not built on neediness. It's built on strength, independence, and emotional control. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. When a man centers his life around a woman too quickly, he signals that he has no mission, no options, no self-control, and that's not attractive. On the other hand, the man who is focused, calm, slightly detached, and not desperate for validation, he triggers curiosity. He triggers respect. This doesn't mean women want cold-hearted men. It means they respond to men who value themselves first. In this video, I'm going to break this down into simple, clear sections. No complicated psychology. No dramatic nonsense. Just straight talk, man to man. If you've ever wondered why being too nice didn't work, if you've ever felt confused about mixed signals, if you've ever watched her chase the guy who barely texts back, stay with me. Let's break this down. 1. Attraction grows in uncertainty. Men, listen carefully. Attraction does not grow in comfort. It grows in uncertainty. When everything is predictable, when she knows exactly how you feel, exactly what you'll say, exactly that you'll always be available, the mystery disappears. And with it, excitement fades. You might think, but shouldn't she feel secure? Yes, but security and predictability are not the same thing. Security means she trusts you. Predictability means she has you figured out completely, and once someone feels they fully have you, the challenge disappears. Here's what many men do. They meet a woman, they like her, and they immediately give 100% effort. Constant texting, fast replies, over-compliments, instant emotional investment. And what happens? She slowly pulls back. Not because she hates you, not because she's evil, but because the emotional tension is gone. There's nothing to wonder about, nothing to discover, no space to think about you. Attraction feeds on space. When you're busy with your life, your work, your gym, your goals, you naturally create that space. You're not ignoring her. You're just not orbiting her. Picture two men dating the same woman. One replies instantly every time, cancels plans to see her, tells her how amazing she is daily, and makes her his priority after 2 weeks. The other enjoys her company, takes time to reply when he's busy, keeps his schedule, doesn't overpraise, and continues focusing on his own life. The second man feels more intriguing. Why? Because she senses he has a world outside of her. She wonders what he's doing. She thinks about him more. Her mind fills in the gaps. Men often confuse effort with attraction. They believe more effort equals more love. But early on, too much certainty kills emotional tension. This doesn't mean play games. It means maintain your independence. The goal is not to care less. The goal is to care without losing yourself. When you stay grounded in your own life, attraction grows naturally. If she is your entire world, you will become just a small part of hers. Let her earn deeper access to you. That's power. 2. Neediness kills desire. Let's talk about something most men don't want to admit. Neediness. Neediness is not love. It's fear. Fear of losing her. Fear of not being enough. Fear of being replaced. And women can feel it instantly. You don't have to say, I need you. Your behavior says it for you. Over-texting, double texting when she doesn't respond, asking where she is constantly, needing reassurance every week. It doesn't feel strong. It feels unstable. Now I know what some of you are thinking. But isn't caring a good thing? Yes, caring is good. Needing is different. When you need her attention to feel confident, you give her power over your emotions. That shifts the dynamic. Attraction fades when she feels like your emotional stability depends on her mood. Think about how you feel when someone is too attached to you too fast. It feels heavy. It feels pressured. That's how she feels when you become emotionally dependent early on. Desire requires freedom. If she feels responsible for managing your feelings, she slowly loses respect. And without respect, attraction cannot survive. Men who appear like they don't care usually just have emotional control. They don't panic when she takes hours to reply. They don't interrogate her about every male friend. They don't overreact. That calmness feels safe. Desperation feels dangerous. The hard truth is this: when a man fears losing a woman more than he values himself, he will lose her. You must be okay with walking away, not because you want to, but because you can. That mindset changes everything. When you don't chase validation, you become more attractive automatically. When you stop trying to secure her constantly, she starts trying to secure you. It's not about being cold. It's about being emotionally self-sufficient. If your happiness depends entirely on her presence, she will feel the pressure, and pressure kills desire. 3. Emotional control is power. Men, this one is critical. Your emotions are not the problem. Your lack of control is. When people say women want men who don't care, what they often mean is this: women are drawn to men who are emotionally steady. You don't explode when she cancels plans. You don't sulk when she goes out with friends. You don't act jealous over small things. That stability feels powerful. Emotional control signals leadership. It signals maturity. It signals that you can handle life. On the other hand, emotional volatility feels risky. If she feels like small situations trigger you, she starts walking on eggshells. Attraction drops. Think about it. If every disagreement turns into drama, tension builds. And not the good kind. A calm man is rare, and rare is attractive. When you don't react impulsively, she wonders what you're thinking. She respects your composure. She feels your strength without you needing to prove it. This is where many men fail. They confuse passion with emotional chaos. They believe reacting strongly shows how much they care. But strength is quiet. When she tests you, and yes, sometimes people test boundaries, your reaction matters more than your words. Do you panic? Do you over-explain? Do you demand reassurance? Or do you remain grounded? When you remain grounded, you show that your emotional state is self-controlled. You are not easily shaken. That creates attraction because it creates safety. A man who is ruled by his emotions feels unpredictable. A man who rules his emotions feels powerful. Control your reactions. Control your tone. Control your impulses. The more steady you are, the more she feels she can lean into you. Not because you don't care, but because you don't lose control. That difference changes everything. 4. Validation must be earned. Here's another uncomfortable truth. If you give unlimited validation for free, it loses value. Compliments are powerful. Attention is powerful. Praise is powerful. But when it's constant and automatic, it becomes background noise. Some men start talking to a woman and immediately put her on a pedestal. She becomes perfect in their eyes. They compliment everything she does. They agree with everything she says. They avoid disagreement because they're afraid to lose her. And slowly, attraction fades. Why? Because admiration without standards feels weak. When you validate her no matter what, she doesn't feel special. She feels expected. There's no contrast, no earning, no depth. Value increases when it must be earned. This doesn't mean you become cold or stingy with appreciation. It means your approval has weight. When she shows loyalty, you acknowledge it. When she supports you, you appreciate it. When she puts in effort, you notice it. But you don't celebrate basic behavior like it's extraordinary. If you treat every small action like gold, your words lose impact. And when your words lose impact, so does your influence. Women are attracted to men who have standards. Standards mean you don't accept just anything. Standards mean your attention isn't handed out freely. If you praise her constantly from day one, she doesn't feel like she achieved something. She feels like you would say that to anyone. The man who seems like he doesn't care often just doesn't over-validate. He listens, he observes, he responds with intention. His compliments are specific, his approval feels earned, and because of that, it feels real. When your validation is rare, it feels valuable. When it's automatic, it feels cheap. Men, stop over-rewarding minimal effort. Stop placing women above you before they've shown character. Keep your standards clear. Make your approval meaningful. When your validation has value, so do you. 5. Scarcity creates value. This one is simple. Scarcity increases value. If something is always available, it becomes ordinary. If your time is always free, your attention always accessible, your schedule always open, you become predictable and common. And predictable and common rarely spark desire. The man who is busy with purpose naturally creates scarcity. He doesn't ignore her. He just has priorities, and priorities are attractive. If you are available every single evening, every weekend, at any moment she calls, what does that communicate? It communicates that nothing else important is happening in your life, that you are waiting, that she is the center. Now understand this clearly. There is nothing wrong with making time for someone you like. The problem starts when you make unlimited time, when there are no boundaries, no structure, no balance. That's when respect begins to fade. Imagine this. A man rearranges his entire week every time she suggests meeting. He cancels plans with friends instantly. He stays up late even when he has work early. He sacrifices routine, goals, and discipline just to be available. At first, she may enjoy the attention. It feels flattering. But over time, something shifts. She notices he will drop everything for her. And subconsciously, she begins to value him less. Not because she's cruel, but because humans value what feels limited. Now picture a different response. I'm busy Thursday. Let's do Saturday. Calm, direct, no over-explaining. He protects his time. That small behavior signals strength. It shows he has a life that doesn't revolve around her. And when she enters his world, she feels like she's joining something stable, not becoming the only thing holding it together. Scarcity does not mean playing hard to get. It means having a full life. When your life is full, your time becomes naturally limited, and limited time feels valuable. If she knows she can see you whenever she wants without effort, excitement decreases. But when she has to plan, adjust, and invest effort too, attraction grows. If your life revolves around her, you become replaceable. If your life is structured and purposeful, you become respected. Scarcity is not about withholding. It's about balance. And balance builds desire. 6. Purpose over pursuit. Men, this is the foundation of everything. If chasing women is your main focus, you will always feel unstable. When your mood depends on whether she texts back, whether she agrees to see you, whether she sounds interested, you are living in reaction mode. And reaction mode is weak. Attraction is strongest when a man has a purpose beyond relationships. Purpose means goals, direction, discipline, progress. It means you are building something, your body, your career, your finances, your mindset. When your energy goes towards something meaningful, you naturally stop obsessing over small romantic details. You don't overthink every message. You don't analyze every delay. You don't panic over every minor change in tone. Why? Because your life is bigger than that one interaction. The man who appears like he doesn't care often just cares more about his mission. And that focus is attractive. When a woman senses that you would continue growing whether she stays or leaves, she respects you more, because your identity is not attached to her approval. Too many men make women the center of their universe too early. They stop focusing on the gym. They slow down on their goals. They cancel plans with friends. They shrink their world to make room for one person. That creates pressure. And pressure creates distance. When you have purpose, you don't cling. You enjoy her presence. You value her company. But you don't abandon yourself. Purpose gives you confidence without arrogance. It gives you stability without stiffness. It keeps you grounded. When you are grounded, your behavior changes automatically. You stop tolerating disrespect. You stop begging for attention. You stop trying to impress constantly because you know your value comes from what you're building, not who you're dating. Women are attracted to men who are moving forward, not standing still waiting to be chosen. If your life has direction, she either aligns with it or she doesn't. And if she doesn't, you keep moving. Stop making women the mission. Make growth the mission. When your focus shifts from pursuit to purpose, attraction becomes a byproduct. And that's when everything starts to feel different. 7. Stop blaming women. Fix yourself. Now let's get uncomfortable. It's easy to say, women only want men who don't care. It's easy to blame social media, dating apps, modern culture. It's easy to say the game is broken, but let me challenge you. If the same pattern keeps happening to you, you are the common denominator. That's not an insult, that's responsibility. And responsibility is power. Some of you say women lose interest when you care too much. But why are you overinvesting so early? Why are you giving commitment before consistency? Why are you chasing someone who hasn't proven anything? That's not her fault. That's your lack of discipline. Some of you ignore red flags because you're afraid to be alone. Some of you tolerate disrespect because you think you can't do better. Some of you pour attention into women who clearly aren't aligned with you. And then you say, women only want guys who don't care. No. Many women respond to strength. They respond to self-respect. They respond to boundaries. If you don't have those things, the problem isn't that you care. The problem is that you care without standards. Wake up. Caring is not weakness. Desperation is weakness. Attention without boundaries is weakness. Approval without discernment is weakness. If you constantly feel overlooked, ask yourself, are you building value? Are you improving your confidence? Are you physically, mentally, financially progressing? Or are you hoping attraction will save you from self-doubt? Here's the hard truth. The dating market exposes who you are. If you lack discipline, it shows. If you lack confidence, it shows. If you lack direction, it shows. Instead of complaining about what women respond to, become the kind of man who doesn't need to chase. Fix your habits. Fix your body. Fix your mindset. Fix your standards. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop looking for someone to complete you. Build yourself so completely that a woman adds to your life, not defines it. The moment you take full accountability, everything shifts. Not because women changed, but because you did. And that's the real power move. Conclusion. Let me leave you with something bold. Women don't want men who don't care. They want men who don't need them. That's the difference. The moment your happiness depends on her behavior, attraction weakens. The moment you become stable, self-sufficient, and willing to walk away if necessary, everything shifts. This is not about becoming cold. It's about becoming grounded. It's not about playing games. It's about having standards. When you stop chasing validation and start building value, your energy changes. And when your energy changes, your results change. Some of you will disagree. Good. Think about it. Look at your past experiences. When did attraction feel strongest? When you were obsessed and overgiving, or when you were focused, improving, and slightly detached? Be honest with yourself. Here's the controversial truth. The more you center your life around a woman, the less she feels inspired to center hers around you. But when you center your life around growth, purpose, and discipline, the right women move closer naturally. Stop trying to be chosen. Become choosable. Stop trying to keep someone who isn't aligned. Become the kind of man alignment is attracted to. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you experienced this? Have you noticed a shift when you focused on yourself instead of chasing? Drop your experiences in the comments. I read them. I pay attention. And I'll reach out to some of you because this is not just content. It's a conversation. We're building stronger men here. And remember this final line. The more you chase her, the more she runs. The more you build yourself, the more she walks toward you.